Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Unfortunately, what the leader of the opposition is saying is still factually incorrect because we haven't missed any of our targets.
Stephen said that it is incorrect and the accords are not all a failure. Let's review. In 2001, he climbed the CN Tower for the Kyoto Protocol, and we're going to go in detail how much it has failed, which he should know. I'll give him kudos. He is one heck of a daredevil, that's for sure. He's not like the ones now where you throw paint and vandalize art, like those ones, hand to the floor, like which is the most ridiculous. The guy will glue their hand to the floor. I'll put it here. Maybe one day they're all going to be politicians. They're going to walk around with a cement on their hands. The current ones are not as smart. Isn't that scary? The ones that glue their hand to the cement are not as smart as Stephen was in 2021. Can you imagine what the future is if these guys become politicians? Let's go through the Kyoto Protocol now. So in 1997, they made a prediction in 2008 to 2012. They gave a huge range that the emissions will go down 6% based on 2090 levels. So 2090 levels happened after, obviously, or it did in the past, 582. So that means the target was 547 between 2008 to 2012. Nice range. That's how they started off. Well, what happened is that time period passed. I'll just pick the minimum. I'll be nice. The minimum was 709. That's what really happened. They were off by 30%. So total failure on that one. Let's look at the next. These are all the accords that they're talking about. The Kyoto Protocol, Accord, Agreement, blank, whatever they call it. So in 1997, they have a big meeting. They fly in private jets to some luxurious place on tax dimes. They say, you know what, 15 years, we're going to predict what the greenhouse gas is for our country. And the range here is 2008 to 2012 because they had no idea. That's why. So 15 years in the future, they say it's going to lower 6% based on 1990 levels. And yeah, okay, that's those. And the 2020 levels, you can see here, all that time has passed already. So let's have a look. So that means in 1990 levels, that's the greenhouse, 582. That's the target. And that right there, the 547 is the 6% less. So that's how much they thought the target would be. So all these ones, the time has already passed on them. This one right here, I have to stop because they changed the target to first of all, it's 2008 to 12, 2020, now 2030, 2050, 2030. So that's sort of unscientific for sure. Okay, let's keep going. The targets have already happened. The greenhouse gases have already happened. So there's the actual in pink. So 709. And I picked the minimum because I'm a nice guy. And 2020 has already happened, 711. 2020 is COVID. Sort of, I don't know. I guess they just picked a number, but that is not factual. Like COVID happened, a pandemic every 100 years. So that number it's not right. It's actually higher. It's actually higher. And I don't think any politician would disagree on that. Logical one, that is. So they have been off, as you can see, 30%, 20%, 14, 15%. These two right here, the 20 and the 15%, COVID is in there. So it's actually worse than that. Like if you wanted to put in, if COVID didn't happen, and you can extrapolate that too, the number's probably around 25%, 30 again. It's going to be like that. So anyway, that's what happened. And these ones predicting the future here, I should almost put down all the accords with the years in the future they're going to predict because they're just jumping around like crazy. So let's continue watching.
Government, this Prime Minister, we will meet our targets. We're 85% to our 20 targets already, Mr. Speaker.
Here's some free advice here, Stephen, since you're all over the map. Predicting stuff 15 to 35 years in the future based on a country and a percent per country is it's crazy. Canada with the immigration, I'm not even sure. It's 1 million a year or something like that, or how many more? The more people in Canada, the more greenhouse gases. That's like, duh. of course, and every country is different. Not only that, every country has a different temperature. Canada's cold. They need heat. And magically, if the technology improves somewhere, like a mini nuclear or doing something, then yeah, it'll be less. But if there's more population, there'll be more greenhouse gases. And taking credit for something in 2020, the reduction during a 100-year pandemic is insulting. If that's all you got is to pretend that in 2020 you reduced greenhouse gases because of a pandemic and your boss shut down the country, harsh compared to every other country in the world. That's, you know, not even your friends believe that, but maybe they like the money. But you're still a rational person. I don't get it. Why you would even bring that up? And then I know that guy Randy in Edmonton. He loves to do that too. Right? Pretend that COVID. He takes credit for reduced greenhouse gases because of COVID. That's insulting. So that's my free advice on there. You know, your targets are crazy. You're not even trying to reduce anything anymore. Picking targets in 2050, 2030, 2020, and then a range and stuff. Like, you guys are all hopeless. You don't even know what you're doing, in my opinion. You're just grasping at straws, looking at political polls, and trying to save face. Anyway, thanks for watching and have a great day.